What's up, YouTube? Saquon here with my 75-gallon Reef build. Just filled her up and it's a little bit cloudy and we're beginning the cycling process. This is day one. Everything is custom, including the stand. I'm going to turn the slide on here, hoping you can see the stand. That didn't work too well. There we go. I built the stand, purchased everything from Home Depot. Cost me about probably $500-600. Everything, had to buy a router to do the trim on the wood. My first tank cracked because I painted the back black and let it sit in the sun while I was doing the plumbing. And just a lesson to everybody out there, don't let your tank sit in the sun with the back of it painted black, because the paint will expand and the glass will not. So let's go ahead and move on to the tank itself. First thing you'll notice is the aquascaping. I'm not too happy with it. I like the look, kind of looks like a skull, but I feel like it's a little bit too close to the front of the tank, so I might move that back. We'll see how that goes. I went with the Vega LEDs. I'm liking those so far. It took a bit to figure out the programming since nothing comes with instructions in this hobby, but we'll see how that works out. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the programming a little bit. I went ahead and went with the bean animal overflow. You see I got my 3 standpipes there and my 1 adjustable valve on my center. Note to everybody else out there, make sure that you adjust your center standpipe, or the one with the adjustable valve on it, for the full siphon before you go ahead and place your tank against the wall. As you can see here, mine stands out against the wall quite a bit. I could have adjusted that valve to the side to make it sit a little bit closer to the wall. All in all, I'm pretty happy so far. Like I said, I just set it up and it's a little bit cloudy still. Got all my rocks from bulk Reef Supply, 75 pounds of live rock, and I went with the split on my return. You can see right there, all my overflows, by the way, are 1.5 inches, just like the bean animal suggested. Off of I had 1-inch bulkheads, slip, and my returns are 3/4 inch. I'm not too happy with the extension coming off of the 1-inch fit into the bulkhead. I'll probably shorten that up. We'll see how that goes. Got my screen tops. I built those myself. I got the screen from Bulk Reef Supply. Again, Bulk Reef Supply, you guys need to send me at least a birthday card or some crap, because I've dumped a couple grand into you just on my very first reef tank. I've had a lot of freshwater tanks, turtles and whatnot. This is my first saltwater attempt, so I don't know anything about this hobby other than what I've looked at and researched online. So if you have suggestions on something I'm doing wrong, please go ahead and comment below. You can see my 3 standpipes there. There's my tubing for my secondary siphon, which is my backup. And I'll go ahead and pull the screen off so you guys can see my weir. I should probably pull that out first. There's my overflow box. I built that myself. It's 19 inches long by 4 inches wide, and I believe it's 6 inches deep. You can see my 1 standpipe there for my emergency, and then my 2 for my overflows, and then back here is my view of my standpipes again. I did everything custom myself, just based off of research that I got off the net. let's go ahead and take a look at my sump. I'm rocking the Reef Keeper Lite Plus. I'll probably do another video on programming that because it was such a pain in the ass for me, since, like I said before, everything in this hobby does not come with instructions. So let's go ahead and look inside the sump. Open that up. I got a light right here. I'll turn that on. You can see my protein skimmer there. It's an MBJ. I believe it's a 110. I modified the return on that right there. I just ground down a street elbow and kind of stuck it in there. I got a rubber band holding the, I don't know what that is, the return pipe on there, a little tight, seemed kind of loose to me. There's my 2 probes for my Reef Keeper. Here is all my wiring. Kind of looks like a bird's nest right now, but I'm going to go in and tighten that up a little bit. Got that light right there from Home Depot. Probably about $6, $7, $8. There's my return pipes for my standpipes. I went ahead and went with the mineral mud as opposed to the Miracle Mud. You can see it right there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I placed a layer of sand on top of it, but when I filled the tank up, it kind of swirled around a little bit. The reason why I went with the mineral mud, which is this right here, was because I got excited and I didn't do my research very well, and I found a local supplier here which was not Reef Supply, and I got very excited. And I was Googling Miracle Mud at the time, and I thought, oh, look, there it is right there, the mud I need. And it turns out it was not Miracle Mud, it was Mineral Mud. But all the research I did on it basically said that it kind of did the same thing. So there was a bit of back and forth on the internet as to whether or not Miracle Mud was better than Mineral Mud. So I just decided to use it, and we'll see how it goes. If it's not giving me what I need as far as the nutrients, then I'll go ahead and switch out later. So here we are again in my sump. It's a 20-gallon standard, 29-gallon. There's my Reef Octopus, which is skimming quite a bit of nastiness. It smells very, very salty lately. Here's my GFO reactor. I got the deluxe model from Bulk Reef Supply. I got that going, and then if you notice up here, I have my 3 dosing pumps. I got 2, I believe they're 10 milliliters, and then 150. I figured I'd use the 50 for my auto top off, which I haven't hooked up yet. Again, this is day 1. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure if that's going to work or if I need to buy an auto top-off system itself, but we'll definitely try it, I guess. My wife actually suggested that I put the water supply for the auto top-off behind the tank since there's so much room, because I didn't adjust that center standpipe, which is my main siphon. We'll see how that goes. So there's that. Here's a look at my plumbing coming back. There's my pump. I got a 90-degree elbow coming off there. Again, wasn't my first choice, but I tried to salvage everything for my first build before my tank cracked, which was a pretty heartbreaking experience because I had everything set to go, did all my plumbing, dry fitted everything, plumbed everything, and then had it all ready, and was just clearing a path from my garage to go ahead and move everything inside, and I just heard this cracking noise because the sun was beating down on it, and then I went and looked, and it had been cracked. So I had to start over, and I tried to salvage everything, and I don't know why, but I came up with this design. I seem to get a little bit less flow, as you can see. I marked my minimum and maximum levels. There's my minimum on my pump side. I built my sump myself. I'll go into that in a second. And then there's my minimum and my maximum level on my side where all the water dumps in. So for my sump, again, it's 29 gallon. I used just regular acrylic from Home Depot to make the dividers in my tank. Each one's 1 inch apart. As you can see right here, I got one that goes all the way down to the bottom. I believe this one's 8 inches high. This one's 12, and then again 8, and then there's my refugium. I got some rocks and the mud and the sand in there, and then I got an 8 inch and then a 12 inch up off the ground. So basically my water flows into here where my protein skimmer picks it up, and then it goes down, up, and over into my refugium, and then up, down, and up again into my return. One thing I think I might do differently is I have my GFO reactor and it's pumping. You can see the pump right there. And the return for my GFO is in the back. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right there, and underneath it I have a carbon bag. Basically it's a filter bag, and my return flows right through the carbon bag. I don't know if I like having my GFO pump right in there where my pump is. I feel like I'm not getting good circulation, but we'll see how it is. Right now I got the filter on the pump. Later on, when I add my Chaeto and my pods, I'll pull that off so that everything that thrives in my refugium can just fall over and get sucked back up into my tank. So there's the first look. This is day one of my my cycle process, and I'll be sure to shoot more videos and let you guys know what's going on with Sake One's tank.